MC30 continues with the Rainbow album. Let's talk about the EPs. Hey kids, Treacle here, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is dedicated to Jennifer Lemons, one of my Patreon members. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for your incredible support. I really do appreciate it. So you guys, Jennifer is a member of my Patreon, which means she is supporting the work I do here on my channel, and we catch up on video chat. She gets early access to my videos, some exclusive behind the scenes content. If you want to get involved and earn rewards like that, do go over and check out the packages available on my Patreon. The link is in the description below. So we had a little bit of a break from MC30 there while Mariah was busy dropping the memoir and the Rarities album, no big deal, but we are back on track. Well, I guess MC30 didn't really stop because things were coming out on Fridays. We just took a break from the weekly EPs. So it's been a good minute since we had the Butterfly Era week, and I brought you my album rating video and we were talking about the EPs from that release and everything. But we're back on track now. The Rainbow Era has been with us for a few days, and I wanted to quickly just talk about the EPs, put out some favorites, and put out some thoughts from you guys in the comments as well. Let's see what we think about the Rainbow Era EPs. Rainbow was a very important album for me. When it first came out, I played it over and over again. I remember playing the CD on my little stereo in my bedroom and playing it, not like really late at night, but late enough that my parents were going to bed, and I get a little like gentle tap on the door, like turn it down a little bit because we can hear it from our bedroom. So I was just playing that album over and over again so much, and I really do feel like it's a trip back to the 90s, the late 90s when I listen to it. I talk about this and more in my video where I rate the Rainbow album. So I go back, listen to it, and give it a score, see how that compares against the other albums. If you haven't checked that out, do go and check out my Rainbow rating video. I'll make sure I link to that for you. But let's move on and talk about the 4 EPs that we got to celebrate the Rainbow Era. First up, Heartbreaker. What I love about this EP is how varied it is. Heartbreaker for me is one of the strongest album launch singles Mariah has ever produced. We get the regular version, so that's going to satisfy pop fans, but she goes a little bit more R&B, remembering, of course, it is after Butterfly. We get the remix version, which is definitely for R&B fans. I love that version with Debrat and Missy Elliott. On this EP, we get the incredible dance remixes, Heartbreaker / If You Should Ever Be Lonely. We get 3 different versions of that on the EP, and we get the Heartbreaker / Love Hangover medley. This mashup is so much fun, and this, of course, was performed live on Divas 2000. So you can have whatever kind of Heartbreaker moment you want to have, whichever one is your favorite, whichever one you are in the mood for. There are so many different versions. I enjoy everything that's there. I really have enjoyed revisiting the If You Should Ever Be Lonely dance remixes. There's some great vocals there, lots of fun with the backing vocals and things. And I really do love that we get the Divas live performance, because that is so much fun. But I prefer to watch that one on YouTube, or I find it, I think it's on Dailymotion. I'll find it and link to it. But I really love to watch that performance, not just listen to it. Next up, we have Thank God I Found You, which I feel is slightly overlooked and not talked about very much when it comes to having a discussion about Mariah's #1 hits. Not everyone seems to show it mad love, and that's fine. We all have our preferences, but I really do like it. It is very late 90s. It does really scream late 90s, but I enjoy revisiting it. I love it a lot. The Make It Last remix, however, I think we can all agree is a stone groove smash hit wonder. And also it's fun to have the celebratory mix and the Stargate radio edit, because they add something a little bit new. So it's nice to have that little twist on the album version of the song. I do like that they offer some just different instrumentation. It just gives it a slightly different vibe. So on this EP, of course, the Make It Last remix is my favorite, but I'm going to give a little shout out to the Stargate radio edit, because I hadn't heard that in quite a while and I did enjoy listening to that one again. Next up, we have Can't Take That Away, Mariah's theme. This is my favorite Mariah song of all time, my favorite song of all time. It's such an anthem. I don't listen to it all the time, every day. I don't need it every day, but when I need it, it's there and it does a lot for me. It really did mean a lot to me at the time it came out. I really needed that song, and I know a lot of you watching did as well. It's one of those songs that is so dear to many of us in the Lamely. It really is a fan anthem. Not a lot of people know about it because it's not a big commercial song. It's not a big hit. Mariah did, of course, release it, but she speaks about it in the memoir. The label didn't get behind it. She had to pay for the video herself and produce the video herself. She wanted to get it out there for the fans because she knew it meant a lot to them, but it didn't get label support. So the single didn't really do anything on the charts, but I didn't care about that. I'm just so thankful we have this song. Mariah remix is always a fun moment for me, and I'm not disappointed with the remixes here. The club mixes are great, but the standout for me always has been the Revival Triumphant mix. I love it so much. I think it's such a cool, funky, late night vibe kind of thing going on. The way she just talks into the track, I think it's really hot. I think it's really sexy. It's powerful and uplifting, but in a different way. Like, it's fun to have the club mixes, and then this mix is just something different. Now, one thing I heard back in the day is that she recorded the vocals for that remix in London, and living in England, that always just excites me that, oh my God, you know, my favorite remix of my favorite song, and she was in my country when she recorded the vocals. And in the comments section on this channel, I can't remember who, so apologies, but somebody educated me on that and said that actually it was when she was in London for her one night only, I think it was one night only, Wembley concert performance for the Rainbow Tour. So she performed on stage, and then she went to a studio and she recorded the vocals for the Revival Triumphant mix after the concert for David Morales. So that would have been, you know, like late at night, middle of the night type thing. And that makes sense because it's got that late night kind of vibe. So I love that. I just love this story that she's in London performing part of her world tour. She comes off stage, goes into a recording studio and lays down these new vocals for this really hot remix. I love it so much. And finally, we have the Against All Odds EP. Now, Against All Odds was a really important song for us here over in England because it gave Mariah her second UK #1 when she teamed up with Westlife and had Against All Odds featuring Westlife. Now, I think it's absolutely criminal that Mariah only has 2 UK #1s. She's had lots of #2s, loads of songs in the top 5, in the top 10, but only 2 UK #1s. And they were both covers. It was Without You and Against All Odds. So none of the songs she's written, none of her masterpieces have made it to #1 over here. But we don't give her enough love over here, unfortunately. That's just the way it is. But Against All Odds was a really big song, a really important moment. On this EP, we get that Westlife version. We also get the Mariah only version. So it's the instrumentation, and I think that Westlife is still there in some background vocals and things, but there's the Mariah only version. Now, when you collected CD singles, you had to get CD1 and CD2, as I did, and you got both versions. So there is a Westlife only version where they take all of Mariah's vocals out. But why would you want that? But it's there, it exists. And you had different Pound Boys remixes, like the dub versus the main mix and things like that. So you had to collect both CD singles, as of course we were all doing, to get all the remixes and all the different versions. So that's what I remember about Against the Odds with Westlife. The really funky Pound Boys remixes, I haven't listened to them in so long. So that was what's fun about these EPs coming out, because even if you already have them, it's just, okay, this week it's this album, and let's go remind ourselves of all the different versions and remixes and things like that. So I do enjoy the Pound Boys remixes. I'm a sucker for a Mariah ballad turned into a dance track. I just love it pretty much every time, and the Pound Boys remixes just offer something a little bit different. So I think they're fun, and I've had a good time listening to this EP. I mean, I don't love the Westlife version of the song as much as I like Mariah's solo version. I'm happy it gave her a UK #1. Quick sidebar, I do believe that they intended to record, or did record, but just didn't release another song with Mariah a few years later. I can't remember the title's on the tip of my tongue, but I really can't remember it. If you guys know about this or you heard this rumor, let me know in the comments section, because at one point we were due, it seems like, to get another Mariah and Westlife collaboration. I can't remember when, I can't remember what, and I can't remember why we didn't get it. But if you could help me fill in any of these blanks, then hit me up in the comments. So all in all, there's nothing new for me in these EPs that we got for the Rainbow era, but I have really enjoyed them. And again, this whole thing is just so much fun. Don't forget, of course, we got the HD remastered versions of the music videos to go along with this as well on Mariah's channel. So it's a pretty standard week for MT30, like we just get in EPs and the music videos being updated, nothing major, but we have just had a memoir and a new album. So let's not be really greedy. Hey, it's a really fun week. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought of the EPs. Were there any surprises? Do you have any favorites? Let me know what your favorite remix is from these EPs in the comments below. And also let me know, do you think we are about to move on to the glitter era? Because this is really interesting. There are several things she can give us. Loverboy has a really long list of remixes. Those club mixes are really, really fun. We just got the Firecracker version. Is there anything more to do with that one? Like, did she have remixes, any club mixes based on that to go out on singles? Could maybe we see some of those? What else? Anything to do with the movie? Like any unseen photos or clips, deleted scenes, outtakes, things like that? Personally, I don't think we'll get something like that. I think anything to do with the movie rather than the music, I think she will save for next year, because of course 2021 is going to be Glitter's 20th anniversary. And don't forget, we did not get the Glitter album on vinyl as part of the big update on Mariah's official store. I think she's saving that for the 20th anniversary next year. I do have a video where I talk about my dreams, my wish list for Glitter's 20th anniversary next year. I lay out all of my ideas and just put them out into the universe. We'll see if any of them come true next year. But if you haven't checked out that video, do go and check it out. I will link to it. I'll catch up with you guys in the comments. Do let me know what you think. It's always fun to hear from you guys and swap ideas and opinions. Remember to go and check out my Patreon if you want to get involved with supporting my channel and earn some of those rewards I was talking about. I will see you again here again very soon. Cheers, thanks a lot.